Hello guys, you're welcome back once more. So in this lovely tutorial guys, I'm going to show you a very detailed way on how to cut this lovely dress. You don't want to miss it guys, so stick with me to the end of the video and you're going to learn all you need to cut this lovely dress, and that is it. Remember to subscribe if it's your first time in my channel. Remember to hit the like, remember to comment, okay, so that someone else can equally see the same video. All right, so let's get into the video proper. So into the video proper, here I have my lovely fabric. It's an Ankara fabric, very nice and attractive, and this is my velvet bias that I'm going to be using for the design on the front. You can equally use a satin bias. It all depends on whatever you want to use on your front that is black and attractive. So I've also folded my fabric, as you can see, folded it in a very nice way to be able to get my sleeve together from this. So first of all, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 1 inch. Okay, so that 1 inch is going to be an SS. So this particular 1 inch is going to be the slit. It's going to be serving as the slit, what we are going to be using to get the actual slit on this blouse. Okay, so you can actually sew this using a lining. You can sew this using facing. You can sew it using bias to that, I mean the turning part of it. So whichever one you want to use to turn yours, but you're going to see how I'm going to cut mine. So after I get my 1 inch all the way down, please guys, I must deeply apologize for this chalk I'm using. This chalk is so disappointing. It's not showing. I just don't know, it's a little bit too faint. So now after getting my 1 inch down, I've ruled it and I've connected it. So the next thing I'm going to do is my shoulder measurement plus 0.5. So this is my actual shoulder measurement, which is 8 inch. I'm going to add extra 0.5 to it, okay, so that it will have that balance. So this is it, that's 8.5. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my sleeve length. So my sleeve length is going to be 10 inch. So from this shoulder line I'm getting 10 inch, and I'm going to add 2 inch to it for the hemming. So that's for the folding of the sleeve. So I'm going to add 2 inch to it, so that makes it 12 inch. Okay, so remember to fold your fabric in such a way that you can be able to achieve your sleeve together. Meanwhile, you mustn't use this method to cut yours. Okay, you can as well cut your sleeve by outside if you don't have enough fabric. So I'm going to be cutting for my neck. I'm going to go in 3 inch, but I'm going to make it 3.5 so that it will have a little space. So I'm going to use 3.5 for it, and for the neck depth I'm going to use 7 inch. Okay, so it depends on how deep you want your neck depth. If you want it to be 8 inch, whatever, however you want it, just go ahead. So guys, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in this 1 inch point here, because I don't want it to disturb whatever I'm going to be drafting. That one is just for the turning, for the slit on the front. So I'm going to connect this like this, and I'm going to equally use my pin to pin it down. If you have an iron, you can just iron it. If iron is close by, you can iron it so that it will just stay, or you can pin it down the way I did mine. So guys, after that, on this particular point I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slant. Don't forget that part. So like I said earlier, you mustn't draft this with this same method. If you don't have enough fabric to add your sleeve together while drafting, you can go ahead and draft the front and equally draft the back, and then later cut out your sleeve. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing now is I'm connecting my shoulder slant, that is connecting it to the neckline, and then after that I'll move on to the next thing that is needed. So this particular tutorial is quite detailed, so it keeps so that it will not be difficult for you to cut. So guys, I'm taking the full measurement I have here. I have 20.5. I'm going to bring it down. This 20.5 I have here, I'm going to be using it to gauge what I'm going to be cutting. Okay, I don't want to make mistakes, so I'm just going to bring it down here. So I'll be working with that straight line. So you can use 8 inch for the wideness of your sleeve, but I'm going to be using, you can use 9 inch, you can use 10, but I'm going to use 8 inch for mine. Already that 8 inch is wide enough, so that is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to connect it as you see me do. So please just pay attention to everything I'm saying, and I believe you understand it better. You can equally look at my actions, though my chalk is a little bit disappointing, but I believe you will still understand. This is a very simple tutorial. So the next video coming up, which will not take long, you're going to see exactly how to sew this. So the next thing I'm doing, I'm getting my bust point, which is 10 inch. Remember, this is a normal dress, a normal fitted dress. The only difference here is that it is not a pencil dress. Okay, it's a normal straight fitted dress. So after applying my bust point measurements, I'm going to just connect it together. So after that, I'm going to get my half length or my waistline measurement. So that is 15 inch. Okay, half length or half cut, and that is 16 inch, not 15, sorry. That is 16 inch for me. So depending on whichever one is for you. Please guys, if you take notes, you will notice that on this particular drafting, I didn't get my shoulder line at all. Now don't take that to heart. I just worked with what I have. You mustn't get the shoulder line. So from that particular waistline, I came down 8 inch. So that is for my hip line. So because I also need my hip on this. Remember that on this particular dress, you can apply a pocket or not. It's not a must. So just make sure it has that nice cut and nice look. So after that, I'm going to subtract 16 inch from 38. 38 is the normal dress length. So I'm going to be subtracting 16 from it. I'm going to get whatever is left, which is 22. I'm going to apply and just rule all the way down. That is for the length of the dress. So this helps to get a very accurate dress, a very accurate and a nice one. So now the next thing I'm doing now is apply my measurement, my bust measurement divided by 2, and applying extra 1.5 as my joining allowance. You can make it 2 inch or 1 inch, whatever you want to add as your joining allowance. For my waist divided by 4, please take notes. Bust divided by 4, waist divided by 4, hip divided by 4. So add extra 1.5 for the joining allowances for each and every one of them. So whatever I have on my hip, I am going to take it all the way down to the down part. So guys, after connecting, I'm connecting it now. From what you can see here, what I'm doing is connecting, and this chalk is really disappointing, but I hope you understand exactly what I'm doing. Yes. So after I finish connecting this, I'm going to connect the sleeve part, and please take note on how I'm going to connect this sleeve. So I'm just going to go like this, go straight, and then I'm going to curve this like this. Okay, so it's not going to be having that sharp edge. So I hope you see this clear, guys. So that is it, and that is all for this particular drafting. For the hemming, that is for the dress length, the hemming part, the down part, I added just 1 inch for the joining, for the turning. Okay, so that is what I added. So now I'm just going to go ahead now and cut this out like this while this is folded in, and I'm going to cut out the rest of the part of the fabric. Okay, the rest of the part of our dress. So hey, okay, so after cutting it, now cutting the sleeve, this particular shoulder line, I've noticed I'm not cutting exactly on the line I marked. I'm just leaving some little excess there. That's when I take it in, it will be balanced. Okay, so guys, After cutting this, I'm going to take the fabric and place it on the other side to get the back side. So you can see we are almost through with the cutting. You can see how nice this is looking already. Yes, it is actually looking nice. Okay, the only place where you have a little stress is where you're going to be sewing it. So you can see how this is looking a little bit pointy with a sharp edge. Okay, now let us go to the back side. So this is it for the back. I folded it and I'm taking in 2 inch for my zipper allowance, and I'm just going to go ahead, and I hope you can see this clearly, guys. This fabric is a little bit too white. Okay, so you can see how this is looking now. So the next thing I'm just going to do is to get my, I'm going to pin it down, and I'm just going to get my back neck, okay, by 1 inch. So I'm just going to take out my 2 inch here, and I'm going to come down by 1 inch here, and I'm just going to connect it to the neck point, and that is it. So I hope you're enjoying this video, guys. If you know you're enjoying this video the way I am also enjoying it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and most especially don't forget to share. Please don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, so that someone else will see the same video. And don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time in my channel, so that you can get updates on the sewing of this lovely dress. Yes, it's very easy, and you're going to see exactly how I went about the sewing and final work and equally other tutorials. So guys, this is it. It's looking really nice, very easy. So this is the facing I've been able to cut out for the front. So I'm going to be showing you how to make use of this face and how to sew it in the next video. That is the sewing part of this dress. I'll show you. I'm also going to cut out facing for, I'm equally going to cut out facing for the back. Okay, so just an easy facing like this. So I would have cut out a whole long facing that was extend down to the full length of the blouse, but my fabric is not enough for that, so I'm just making use of what I have. Okay, so guys, thank you guys for watching, and this is the velvet I'm going to be using. That is the velvet bias. Okay, see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.